Hi guys, it's Chris Wong with another workout video. I'll spend most of this video talking about overtraining and cortisol. And I'll briefly talk about the exercise I'm doing for the workout anyways as well. So the reason why I'm talking about overtraining is because overtraining can actually really mess up your progress, can really hold you back, and can cause many health problems. I know overtraining is just such a controversial topic because there are people out there that say there's no such thing as overtraining, and there's other people consider it that there is a such thing. And for the ones that say that there's no such thing as overtraining, it's just laziness, which for some people it is laziness if you're not consistent. Even though I am big on being consistent in workouts, the one thing I never really talk enough about is overtraining. So I know for this workout I was doing pull-ups, and I wasn't trying to max out and go all out. I was just doing 5 reps just to maintain strength, just to maintain skill. And then I was doing neck curls, seeing if I can just do it as many reps as possible, just to do something different. Now, when it comes to overtraining, there could be a lot of health problems, like having a hard time going to sleep or staying asleep. The morning of waking up can feel like crap, like you don't want to get out of bed, like you feel depressed. There's also like problems with the immune system or autoimmune conditions. Like I think when I first started overtraining when I was 18 or 19 years old, I started developing autoimmune conditions like chronic hives, eczema, or start to feel like very sweaty in room temperature settings with little effort. I've also experienced feeling more anxious in normal situations. And then it could be caused by like elevated cortisol as well. So then even drinking coffee or drinking energy drinks during my university years just made it worse, although I could keep working out. And the problem with overtraining is it's not diagnosed properly, or it's very hard to diagnose, because the average overtrained athlete or someone who just works out for fun is most likely going to be stronger or is going to actually have better performance than someone who is not overtrained and is inactive, because the ability to do strength activities or to run is more of a skill, it's more of a consistent practice. The main problem of overtraining is putting too much volume, too much intensity, not much recovery into the workouts. I've seen people go to the gym and they would do like 2-hour workouts, or like they're doing like very long duration cardio, like before and after some of my gym sessions in the past. And I'm wondering, like, are they overtraining? Because they've been doing it for so long, but then they weren't really making progress. So it could be like messing up their hormones as well, because the amount of time they still put in. It's stressful to chase a goal and realize you're not making progress. Now, even today's workout, I also did front squats just to wake up my immune system for squats. And I just decided to work up to 185 pounds. I've done a little bit more weight before, but just hopefully as like a daily minimum every time I do front squats. So then one way to reduce overtraining is to not aim for failure or go past failure. So like one of the reasons why most of my sets, when I feel like I cannot do another rep, I stop. Now the question is, should I aim for 3 reps or should I aim for 10 reps? Because 10 reps can cause more muscular damage, but also some people say it doesn't drain the nerve system as much. But then doing 3 reps while having an extra couple reps left to spare is good for getting the nervous system conditioned for it. But then, will it drain out the nervous system more than the 10 rep set? But then the muscular damage for someone who's well conditioned for it is not as much. Like someone can recover from a 3 rep set faster than someone can recover from a 10 rep set if they've been working on a regular basis. I mean, it's not to say that I know an inactive person who's not used to lifting heavy will feel a huge tweak just trying to aim for a 3 rep set. And then also there's the concept of aim for 3 reps for good form, or aim for 10 reps but the last 4 reps is bad form. Will that cause overtraining? Or it could be a sign of overtraining? It could be, but it could also be that you're pushing too much too soon, which is something typically that happens. We all try and chase goals, but we want to get too much too fast. And then sometimes we hit a plateau too fast, telling us that something was not done correctly or we have to slow down a bit. Now, to make like long, steady progress, we got to be patient in order to make the goals. And then there are times when we're not going to make the goals at all. So that's an opportunity to look for something else to do. That's an opportunity to learn new skills or figure out why there was no progress. Consistency is generally the main problem because there is not enough practice of the skill. But then overtraining can also be a problem too because the nervous system and the muscles do not fully recover. Now, when it comes to overtraining the nervous system, I think it's a lot worse to overtrain the nervous system than to overtrain the muscles. Because if the muscles are overtrained but the nervous system is fine, then you can always train other muscles or just train it light enough to get blood flow going so it can recover faster. But overtraining the nervous system can be more challenging to heal because the most important thing to heal a nervous system is proper nutrition and recovery. And the most important recovery is sleep. A lot of people don't sleep well these days because of all the busy lifestyles, all the late night activities, and a lot of blue lights from technology can play a factor. The goal for proper recovery is like 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but many people these days probably get less. And then even when trying to aim for 7 hours, some people's sleep are like fragmented, like they wake up in the middle of the night. They feel like they may have to use the washroom, or because of too much anxiety or too much activities before bed, they don't sleep throughout the entire night and it's interrupted. I do admit that a lot of my sleeps I get, they can be interrupted. And I do once in a while get mornings where I wake up and it doesn't feel refreshed. But I get up at the same time every day because I want to develop the habit of waking up at the same time. Improper sleep schedules can really accelerate overtraining. So people who do shift work, or people who do a lot of busy activities in the evening, or even like regular partying, can accelerate overtraining as well. And even like sleeping in like till 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock on the weekends, and then your wake up time is like 5 or 6 o'clock on the weekdays, that's not going to be good for overtraining as well. It's very hard to switch back to going to sleep. So overtraining is something that I've dealt with since I was into working out since I was 18 years old. Or even earlier when I started doing cardio on a regular basis when I was 16 years old. Like the consistency is there for working out. But then there's also like working out when you don't feel good, working out while you're sick, working out even when you're so busy to the point that you have to stay up to work out. And that becomes a problem. Like when I talk about being consistent to work out, I mean have to work out frequently on a regular basis, but still have some rest days. It's like going to your full-time job. Most full-time jobs are 5 days a week with 2 days of rest, or 2 days of doing something else that's not work-related. And people know the difference between working 6 days a week and 5 days a week. And something I've noticed in some of the jobs I had in the past, or even currently, that some people who work 3 days a week seem to be happier than people who work 5 days a week. Now, from what I've witnessed, it's important to work 5 days a week to gain the new skills faster in order to and maintain the skills better. But I did find like the ones who work 5 days or 6 days burns out much faster than the one who works 3 days a week. So when it's going back to workouts, working out 3 days a week is optimal to prevent overtraining and to maintain skills. And it could be optimal to build strength and to build muscle, as many programs out there are done on a 3 days a week program. And it is, in a way, being consistent. But is the frequency high enough for others when you have to work out, if you get better results working out 5 days a week? So chances are you can work out 5 days a week. Even some people say you can work out every day without overtraining. But the recovery and the busy lifestyle is not as good as it used to be. Thinking back to days of like people like training every day, or people like living in the woods, or when technology was not available. If people were doing intense labor every day back in the old days, they were outside. There was no technology, so they didn't have access to blue lights that interfere with their sleep patterns. And also because of not being as busy, they seem to have time, I think, to sleep 8 hours a day without interruption. Also, staying indoors all day can also, in my opinion, can accelerate overtraining too, because there's not enough access to the health benefits of being outside with the busy life these days. and the outside air is what can make someone feel better. And the sunlight, without overdoing it, can give someone the vitamin D and the hormonal benefits to feel better. So this is just like random talks I just thought randomly for overtraining. I did finish my workout doing something completely different, putting my feet together to do 50 reps of squats, just for differences in my joints.